Good evening, everybody. We're now soon approaching the 19th of the month, October, and Halloween's on our back. Summer was quite nice in my part of the world. I wouldn't call it cold yet. Time enough in maybe mid-November. Like January and February here is cold months. But what I wanted to say is that we have a lot of things coming up. I've mentioned Halloween. I have mentioned Guy Fawkes Night, which is the 8th of November. Not a big night in the south of Ireland or Republic. It is more celebrated in the north. Uh, and then, of course, we have in between the Guy Fawkes Night. We've also, I think it's the same date, we have the American election. So Mr. Trump's up and he's doing a very good job. It's very entertaining watching him. I would have faith in him more so than Hillary, because Hillary's there 30 years. Does she know what she's doing? If you're in a firm and you're making all the blunders that's made in America, when you look at all the desolation that's for the ordinary working person, if they're not working, it's a cruel place to live. We have a lot to be thankful for in Ireland and the UK area. It's not good, but it's not bad. It could be better. Our politicians are paid very well. We have a lot of politicians, and we have a lot of aggro at the moment now with Garda looking for more money and teachers. So the whole thing's going to go crazy here. It's going crazy. It'll become ungovernable. We won't have an election, I wouldn't say, before the end of next year. By the look of it now, it looks steady enough. As Christmas is more this year. You're not going to have an election before Christmas, and then the Dal gets a recession. It's nearly Easter. So a lot will happen, I think, before the summer. So this time next year, there would be a possibility of the earliest election, I would think. This is the south of Ireland. But I do feel we should be having a referendum to see about leaving the common EC, because if we're left on our own and things get bad now in the next couple of years, it takes too long to get things done. The referendum should be there that if Britain's leaving, we should have a choice to leave. Because you're going to get caught into it, you're going to get more debt through you. Like Britain is they're not making money on it. Like it's a negative. It looks to be negative as far as they are concerned. Pumping too much money in. Well, Ireland might get a few bob out of it, but we're going to have to get our thinking caps on. It's 10 billion to run Northern Ireland, so we couldn't take it on. And I'm quite sure Britain would be glad to get rid of it. 10 billion, whether we like it or not. And Scotland is another dying duck too. So I don't know how they're going to run their own in DC. See, this EC won't be as good when a few of the countries pull out, like possibly France will pull out. Italy, I can see that. Go in the Netherlands, and a few more will go. So you're going to be left with a lot of people pulling on the resources. You'll have cheap labour. It's going to destroy work for anybody here. I think we're far better off working with smaller units. So many countries together in Europe, and I honestly feel that Ireland and the British Isles should all be working very closely together. The way to do that is to be in the Commonwealth of Nations, and to be, when you're trading with people, you want to have no barriers. So you'd be cutting out the trade barriers at the border if you've done that. But you can't cut it out now, because if you're in Europe, and what I know all the facts of it, what's going to happen in the world, I follow with this a lot of hours in the day, I can see the border having to go up, because the DC will demand it up if Ireland's in the EC. It won't be for Britain or Ireland to say. If it's slowly but surely, control's gone out of all national governments and has been centred in Germany, more or less, or the common market, or whatever you want to call it, DC. And you'll have no democratic say. If they pass something, that's it. So if you let your army go, you'll let everything go. Yeah, next your trousers will be down, they'll go too. So it's not looking good. We won't have control of our own destiny, and these governments are shouting the Republican and National. It's all up in the air. I do feel we have to start standing on our own 2 feet, or working with an economy maybe such as Britain closer beside us. and it will be a good thing if we got the sterling pound back again here, because the euro may collapse. Anything may collapse, we know, but it's not looking good looking in the next 10 years. Of course, a lot of us could be dead and gone, but you have to look ahead. You don't look behind. But in fact, when we joined EC, what happened? We got fat, very fast, and an awful lot of regulations. There was a few roads made good okay, but I didn't think there was a need to do all the roads they have, because that would destroy Ireland for tourists. You can't see the old thatched cottage, and you see like it's like driving another state of America now with the highways we have, and I can see trouble there too. Bridges, another one will crack and fall eventually. But this, of course, may not happen in my lifetime. But say maybe 40 years, I can see something happening. Bit of a disaster here and there. Like you've seen a railway bridge in Dublin fall. Now it would have been longer, but it was built. The railway times things was kind of a bit better, but I just don't know how good that one was. But I know the British Railway Company, anything they built here. We live in the Welsh village. Anything they built was very strong, and it's just a side point. We have to look at it. So let's all. We're now going to face into the autumn, and once we get Halloween over, Guy Fawkes Night over, the American elections over, the aftermath of the Irish budget, how it affects people, and we get the Christmas. We'll look at the cold weather probably after Christmas. Then we get if this water thing, I think this is going to cause a revolution in Ireland, and you're going to see a revolution, because I'm getting it from people in Dublin. They're fed up of talking nice, and you don't get anything anyhow. We talking nice, big Bible. They talk you out of it, and will offer you out of it. So it's only one day. Anything is got, unfortunately, in most countries, if you're wanting to move ahead quick, it takes a wee bit of I shouldn't say, a bit of a revolution. You can do whatever you want. If you look at any countries in the bombs and the bullets, and it's not a thing none of us want to see, but they don't seem to want to listen. They are pushing it to the last. Well, they're not going to go too far, because we have ISIS on the corner, and they're not dead, and they're wanting to come over and take in Ireland. And they want to take over Europe, and then you have Russia. So there could be a lot of people siding. They won't have it all their own way. The forces of capitalism this side of the Easter. So let's hope and pray. I think what we should do now is pray. But that's, maybe you may say, if you don't believe in prayer, it's doing nothing. But prayer can be a strong thing. So at least we can pray for a happy outcome for everybody, because we like to see most people getting a cut of the cake. We can't take it with us. There's no point in having 4 cakes when you die, or a coffin full of money. You can't take it with you. The slugs get you when you get down the hole. So I'll leave you and love you, and maybe your eyes in on the last day if you're lucky. And we'll leave you and love you all. And I wish us all now at the moment a very happy Halloween. I'd like to talk about faith one of the nights, but I'm going to leave it for later on in the year, about faith line and that. It'll take me too long now. I'll wait till we get maybe into Advent. So I'll leave you and love you all. God bless you, and I'll get off your track. Night. Michael D. Oh dear.